Alright, and speaking of which, now we get to the newer ones, which honestly are way better than they have any right to be.
Yeah, I believe both of them were direct to DVD, or was one of them direct to DVD?
One of them was definitely direct to DVD. The other one came out on Netflix.
On Netflix.
Yeah.
So both of them relatively low budget, from what it would seem.
From what I understand.
They're so much better than they have any right to be.
Yeah. So the idea of the one we're getting into now, Curse of Chucky, is just a complete back to basics. We're gonna get to what matters. Chucky's stalking people in a house, killing people thing.
Yeah. We don't know if Chucky's an evil doll or, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, that whole idea. And what I do enjoy about this movie quite a bit, like I will say, is the fact that they make Chucky actually threatening.
Yeah, he does seem genuinely threatening in this.
Yeah, like he's actually pretty fucking scary in parts, just from the way he acts. He's a lot more cold and savage. It's like, yeah, this dude's fucking, he can fuck you up if he gets his hands on you, even when he's like this, like fucking 3 feet tall.
Yeah, I also like the way that the family plays off of each other.
Yeah,
it feels weirdly it feels weirdly natural and unnatural at the same time.
Yeah, like it's just movie enough to the point it's like, yeah, I can see a melodramatic family acting like this.
Yeah.
Because the whole idea is it follows this crippled girl, like she's handicapped, living with her mom. And the handicapped girl is actually played by Brad Dourif's daughter.
Yeah, so Chucky's daughter is the main character in this.
Yeah, she's actually a really good actress.
Oh, yeah.
Like, weirdly good. But basically, she's living with her mom. Out of nowhere, she gets in the mail a fucking Chucky doll. A good guy doll. And she's just kind of staring at it like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, and at this point, these movies take place like all in chronological order.
So it is 2013 when this movie starts.
Yeah, it's 2013, so no one knows what the fuck a good guy doll is, because they're from the 80s, or at least these two don't.
Yeah. Well, the mom sort of does. She's just like, oh yeah, I think I remember that, but she's not really sure.
Those were all the rage when you were a baby.
Yeah. And the daughter, she's about like 25, something like that, because it takes place literally 25 years after the first one.
Yeah.
And basically, out of nowhere, handicapped chick is just living by herself. She finds her mom dead on the floor.
Yeah.
And I actually really like the way they set this up, where at first they think the mom killed herself.
Yeah.
Yeah, at first they think it's 100%, oh shit, she committed suicide, because apparently she was dealing with a lot of psychological issues.
Yeah, she was taking medicine for it and everything.
I really like that idea. It's like, oh, that's actually kind of a cool way to get past the whole, like, ooh, killer doll killed somebody.
Yeah.
And it's actually a leap in logic that makes fucking sense.
Yeah.
Like, holy shit, this finally made sense.
Because, like, it looks later on like she had, like Chucky stabbed her in the chest with a pair of scissors, which would, like, normally you'd be like, oh, who's the only other person that could have done that to her? It'd be her daughter, but at the same time, her daughter's a fucking cripple. So
her daughter's a fucking cripple, and the woman had a history of mental illness.
Yeah, so they make the leap in logic that doesn't piss everybody off.
Yeah, yeah. And the whole idea of it is, now that the handicapped woman's all alone, she has to 100% rely on a service elevator, has to 100% rely on shit to keep her, like, moving around and be steady and live her fucking life.
Yeah.
She clearly needs someone to help her, so her sister and her family come in to take care of her. Then you find out sister's a massive bitch.
A horrible, horrible bitch. Literally, like, I'm not sure if it's just, like, a weird way that they make the time, like, they show the progression of time, but it looks like the coroner or whatever literally comes in, picks up the body as the sister comes in, and is, like, telling her sister, like, hey, Nina, you should go to this assisted living home. Yeah. Like, as their mom's body's being, like, dragged out of the fucking house.
Yeah, literally, maybe we're just not sure, because this was getting pretty late by the time we got to this one.
Yeah.
We were pretty tired, so it really feels like this movie takes place over the course of, like, 2 days.
Yeah, literally just 2 days.
Yeah, and the whole idea of it is that, the sister and her family are coming in, trying to convince the main character, Nika, that's her name.
Nina. I thought it was Nina.
Nina, whatever.
In-woman.
Yeah, in-woman. They're trying to convince her to leave so they can sell the house, because apparently the house has super high market value. Like, yeah. if they sell this house, they can get some fucking money.
Yeah, but the caveat to that is, we sell the house, then we put the crippled daughter in a home.
Yeah, we throw her ass in some fucking home. Who gives a shit about her?
Which is where you're like, oh, okay, so sister's an absolute fucking whore.
Yeah, she's an absolute bitch. And I do like that this family, on the surface looks like, oh yeah, we'll take care of each other. Then you see that thing where a lot of horror movies try to do the dysfunctional family thing, and it feels so like unreal. This legitimately feels like a family that's fucked up.
Yeah, well, like I like the way it feels at first, because it opens up and it's just like it's Nika or Nina, whichever the fuck it is.
Yeah.
It just seems like her and her sister just don't get along. You know.
Yeah,
like
you just think they fight and all that.
Yeah, it just seems like maybe their mom favored one of them when they were young, and like the sister's being a bitch about it because of that.
Yeah.
And then like you gradually realize like, oh, everybody is dysfunctional.
Fucked up.
Yeah, everybody except for the little girl is dysfunctional.
It's completely fucked up, yeah. And what I do enjoy about this movie is that it's significantly darker than a lot of the other ones.
Yeah.
Like, basically all of the comedy that was in Bride and Seed and 3 is just gone.
Yeah, a lot of the stuff that's in this it's comedy, but it's more like black comedy, you know?
Yeah.
Like, there's a scene where the bitch sister is, like... you find out that she's been cheating on her husband with their live-in nanny.
Yeah.
And they're trying to get down and dirty. And then later on, the husband kind of confronts her about it. It's like, you know, hey, does our daughter really need you, or are you going in there for some other reason? She's like, oh yeah, don't try and spin this on me. I see how you look at her. And he's like, yeah, fucking ditto.
Yeah, like, and he's talking about the way that the wife looks at the nanny, because you straight up see the wife and the nanny making out.
Yeah, they straight up make out
in the fucking kitchen. So the dad is just so fucking savage when he's confronting her on this.
I really wanted the dad to be like, I'm gonna cuck the woman who's cucking me.
Yeah, like, it is so fucking like, Jesus, you people hate each other.
Yeah.
And what I love is that the poor little handicapped girl has no idea about any of this.
Yeah,
she's actually trying to research the fucking doll.
Yeah, she's been living with her mom this entire time, so she doesn't know how fucked up their like family relationship is. She's seen her niece every once in a while when they bring her over and everything. Yeah. And she's trying to research the doll while all this like background shit is going on.
Yeah, because to her, like, the doll does start doing the typical Chucky things.
Yeah.
Where he's telling the little girl to do things, and you know Nina starts noticing that Chucky's ending up in weird places. Like, yeah. Kind of that usual thing where she's like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah. And then she kind of researches it, and she brings up the whole entire past of Chucky, you know.
Yeah.
Andy Barkley, all these fucking people that have died and everything. And she kind of like she kind of freaks out a little bit, but she makes a leaps in logic, and she's like, "Listen, I know this is gonna sound absolutely fucking mental, but put the doll down, leave it alone, because I think it has something dangerous in it."
Because it's either A, the doll's possessed, or B, is these like calling card of a serial killer.
Yeah, because keep in mind, they got this completely and totally out of nowhere. So, you know, it could totally be a calling card.
Yeah.
At which point, it's like her bitch-ass sister
thinks she's talking about her fractured-ass marriage.
Yeah. She's like, oh, so you know my husband put a camera in this. But she doesn't outright say it. She's like, so you know, like, what's in this? And Nika's like, I don't know for sure, but something, like, dangerous is going on with that doll. I swear.
And that's calling into something where the dad actually puts, like, a baby cam inside of Chucky's chest to record stuff.
Because he wants to catch his wife cheating on him so that he can have full custody of the kid. Which
is an excellent idea in concept, but he apparently just never checked the footage.
Yeah, well, like, it only takes place over the course of, like, 2 days.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing, like, day 1, mom dies. Day 2, marriage crumbles.
Yeah.
And it's not until everything hits the fan. I guess he was going to give it, like, a week or something before he checked the cam or something.
I understand that. It's just kind of one of those things where it's like, you didn't check it to make sure it was working?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, Chucky starts moving almost immediately.
Yeah, that was something that was really weird. The guy didn't, like, notice that, like, something that was significantly, like, shorter than his daughter was moving around very human-like.
Yeah.
On this camera.
And I actually do like one of the ways they kind of hand wave away Chucky moving around, in that they're watching home movies, and then everyone kind of goes in their own rooms, projector's still on, and Dad's like passed out on the couch, and Chucky's sitting right next to him.
Yeah.
And I do like the way they hand wave that, where Nika looks at it and says, "Oh, I guess your daughter put it there because she wants you to take it up to him."
Yeah,
take it up to her.
Yeah, she wants you to spend more time with her, and the dad's like, "Yeah, I've been spending a lot of time at the coffee shop making fucking coffee and shit."
Yeah, like it's actually kind of like holy shit, this is a way you can develop people and not make them feel like total retards.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then a whole bunch of bad shit happens. Everybody fucking dies.
Yeah, everybody's dying. Jill, I believe, is the name of the stay-in nanny.
Yeah, she gets fucked up.
Yeah, Chucky, like fucking
Electrocutes her ass.
Yeah, so she's I guess she's gonna video chat with the bitch sister.
Yeah, it's like FaceTiming her or whatever on the laptop.
And I guess she's gonna do some fucking like perverted shit in the same room with the woman's daughter,
who is sleeping right next to her.
Right behind her. But she sees Chucky and she's like, "Hey, turn around, you know, like I think my daughter's awake." And she, for some reason, she can't like make out what the fuck is going on. I guess it's because she decided she didn't want to speak because her husband's right next to her.
Even though we found out he wasn't asleep.
Yeah. Chucky kicks the water over, electrocutes Jill. At which point the bitch sister's like, "Oh, I'm gonna go check on our daughter." Because
it doesn't just like short out the laptop and the thing, and it causes a complete blackout in the house.
Yeah, that's what it definitely seems like is happening.
Yeah.
So she goes out to check on it, and that's whenever the conversation about her cheating is brought up.
Yeah, which is fucking brutal.
Oh yeah.
And then everybody fucking ends up getting killed. You have this poor little handicapped woman trying to stay alive.
Yeah.
And it's like, holy shit, what the fuck is she gonna do?
Yeah. Her sister gets it pretty bad because Chucky.
She doesn't immediately die.
She doesn't immediately die. She gets her eye ripped out and then like thrown down the stairs at Nika.
Yeah, it's fucked. It's really fucked. And I like a lot of how the movie's set up, where you have this whole idea of this handicapped woman just physically can't fight off this doll because, you know, she's handicapped. She has a very limited way to move around, and Chucky can do whatever the fuck he wants. The husband, I will say, turns into a complete dumbass towards the end.
Yeah, for some reason, he's doing really well, like horror movie logic wise, where he's like, he seems like a bro and everything, and then just suddenly he decides like, "Oh,
you did it!
Nika, you dumb bitch! How could you kill my family?" And Nika's like, no, cripple!
Not just cripple, she physically cannot do it because she has a heart condition.
Yeah, she has a heart condition, which actually acts up there, and she's like, "Hey, inject me or I'm going to die." And the guy's like, "Then perish."
Yeah. I mean, I think the dude saves her just to kind of interrogate her and all that.
It's like, "Listen, I can prove that you're a crazy bitch and that the doll hasn't done anything because I put a nanny cam in it." So he starts looking at the nanny cam and doesn't immediately go, "Oh my god, there's a fucking doll."
It's like, holy shit, that doll's moving.
Yeah.
Even though there is so much footage of Chucky running around, it's not like Chucky knew and he would try to be super careful and try to cover up the camera.
Like, I'm sure Chucky knew, but he didn't try to cover it up at all.
He didn't give a fuck.
Dude's literally fast-forwarding through footage of Chucky, like, doing a bunch of shit.
Yeah.
And, like the last little bit is, like, live feed, and Chucky's, like, sneaking up behind them. And
you can see Nika's wheelchair.
You can see her wheelchair. You can see yourself. Turn around, my man.
Yeah. It's like, you are a fucking moron. And then he dies.
He gets what he deserves for being such an idiot.
Yeah. And then Nika has to fight Chucky, and
she loses.
She loses so fucking hard.
I like it because she uses her being paralyzed.
Sort of to her advantage.
Yeah, she uses her leg to block a fucking axe swing
because she can't feel it, so it's not like it matters.
Yeah, and beheads Chucky, and instead of Chucky like spurting blood like he would in previous movies, he's just full on doll mode now.
Yeah, it's super weird because his head just pops off.
Yeah, but he acts like he's dead, so Nika's like trying to like bandage herself up before she fucking bleeds out, because I guess the axe made it to the bone or whatever.
Yeah.
So she's bandaging herself up, and in the background Chucky gets back up and goes full fucking ham, grabs her wheelchair
and throws her down the fucking stairs.
Not even the stairs, pushes her through the balcony.
Yeah. And it's just like, holy shit, that got fucking nasty, Chucky. And then he ends up actually revealing is like, Chucky was basically the one that paralyzed her because he kidnapped her pregnant mom.
Yeah, while she was pregnant with her.
And stabbed her. And then you find out that actually leads directly into the first movie, where that was literally the night Chucky died.
Yeah, that's why the cops were chasing him.
Yeah, which I like that idea. I do like that a lot.
Yeah, it's a little like weird and convoluted and contradicts like what the first movie says like in the opening. But like whatever.
Yeah, who cares? Whatever. It doesn't matter. It don't matter. And once again, this is where every single movie has weird jumps in logic come into play. Where everyone, because the cops show up and they see Nika is bleeding, holding a knife, is clearly wounded, her fucking dead sister is on the top of the stairway. You can fucking see her.
Yeah, I think at this point the house is still under a blackout.
Yeah. And the cops arrest her and say, "You fucking did it."
Multiple. No, she just didn't.
Yeah, it's not even well, she had her hands on the weapons, anything like that. It's like, she physically can't get up the stairs.
Yeah, and I'm sure, like, Chucky's, like, if we're still moving by the, Charles Lee Ray's fingerprints are on Chucky.
They would have been on each and every weapon, too.
They would have been on every weapon and on every person that he killed.
Exactly. And it leads into Nika getting arrested and charged with the murders and all that, and... But like I said, it's just one of those things where it's so blatant she didn't do it.
Yeah, I will say this. I like the way the movie ends, where it's wrapping up the court trial and everything, and she does seem genuinely batshit insane because
she's unstable, very clearly.
Yeah, because she turns around, Chucky's in the courtroom, he's being used as evidence.
Completely still.
Yeah, completely still, and she's yelling at him, she's like, I lived, you didn't win, because I'm still alive, you little shit. Yeah. And it's like, yeah, maybe you're not furthering your case any.
Yeah, but even then, once again, to me, that leads into the argument of, well, Chucky's the calling card of a serial killer.
Yeah, but no one's really put two and two together, because honestly, I don't think any detectives since the first movie have been on any of these cases.
Yeah, they just say, like, whatever, who gives a shit, they all died.
Who gives a shit? Tons of people die every day, this is America.
Yeah, so it's just kind of a personal issue I have with it, where it's like, this crippled woman, when I say she can't get up the stairs, I mean that's a literal plot point.
Yeah,
where she cannot save her sister because the elevator is broken.
Yeah, the elevator's broken and she has to drag herself up the stairs, and it takes so long that Chucky's able to kill her sister, rip out her eye, and then, like, stand her at the top of the stairs.
Just for her to collapse down.
Yeah, as, like, a marionette, just so he can wait for Nika.
Because the sister very clearly died at the top of the staircase for the attic and fell off the stairs to the floor.
Yeah.
There is no possible way Nika could get up to the attic because there was no elevator to the attic.
Yeah.
So it's just, once again, one of those things where it's like, you didn't really think that through. Kind of a fucking problem. But whatever. Because this leads into what I actually think is probably the best of these.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say too. This one, Cult of Chucky, is the final film before this one that's out in theaters as of right now.
Yeah.
And it's my personal favorite.
I really liked Cult quite a bit. Curse was pretty good too.
Yeah.
But Cult played with a lot of really cool ideas and a lot of stuff I liked. And the idea of this one is, it follows Nika directly after the events of Curse, where she's in a mental hospital. They're trying to convince her Chucky was never real. It was her. Basically, Chucky was just the, kind of like the physical or mental manifestation of her guilt and...
Her guilt and her jealousy of her sister and everything.
Yeah, just trying to convince her. It's like, that was never real. You just thought it up because you needed to blame something other than yourself. Which I like the idea.
Yeah. I do want to make one more point real quick. The dad's laptop that had all of the recording of Chucky going around.
No, don't worry about that. That doesn't matter.
Yeah, that just fucking completely disappears.
Yeah, and I kind of assumed, well, maybe Chucky smashed it, but that was never on screen.
Yeah, it's never on screen, and nothing's ever brought up about it. But in the second movie, it opens up. They're torturing Nika. Not torturing, they're giving her electroshock therapy, which I don't believe is still in any mental institution in America.
Yeah.
I believe that has been outlawed because it doesn't do anything.
Yeah, but yeah, she's going through electric shock therapy. She's still they're trying to give her therapy and teach her, hey, Chucky was never real and all that.
And it's working. They get her to at least believe that, it's all in her head, and she's starting to blame herself for everything.
Yeah. Because the way the last movie ends at the very, very end is Chucky totally fucking wins and actually possesses the little girl.
Yeah, it's not, like, it doesn't happen on screen or anything, and you have to wait until confirmation in this movie for it. But yeah, he totally fucking possesses the little girl.
Yeah, he fucking won. And the way this goes is Nika is being transported to a new mental facility, kind of out in the middle of fucking nowhere.
Yeah, so essentially she went from... mental facility where they just electroshock you 24/7 to a place where you're supposed to be actually recovering.
Yeah. And this place, we made jokes that it was basically the Umbrella Hospital because it's so pristine.
Everything's so pristine. And I really love the look of it because everything's so pristine.
Yeah, it's super white. Everything's clean, shiny. It's like, this actually looks like a modern mental hospital.
Yeah.
And this actually does have a lot more going for it than a lot of the other Child's Play sequels because the people they set up are actually kind of sympathetic.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you know, there are people who have problems, have mental issues, are just trying to deal with it, and now they have this fucking killer doll running around killing people.
Yeah.
It's taking that idea of everyone thinks you're crazy for talking about Chucky and pushing it to the nth degree where they literally have zero reason to believe you because you're a paranoid schizophrenic.
Yeah.
So it goes with that idea quite a bit. I like it. One thing I will say is it's still continuing that Chucky is a fucked up monster throughout that curse setup, where all the other ones he's goofy, and especially in Child's Play 1, he's almost more like just a scumbag criminal than like a...
Yeah, he seems like a street level thug, right? More than a serial killer.
Yeah, well, this new kind of wave of Chucky movies, like with Cult and Curse, play him off as like, no, this dude's legitimately disturbed.
Yeah, he might as well be fucking like Kemper at this point.
He's fucked up. And one thing I do like about Cult is it brings Andy back into the fold.
Oh, and it's in such a good fucking way.
It's in a great fucking way. All I could think was I wanted more. Andy is so good in this.
Yeah,
because the whole idea is Andy is now like a 30-year-old man.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is a full ass adult.
And his life has been ruined by Chucky. You know, the film, one of the beginning scenes is him
on a date with a chick.
He's on like a Tinder date, and it opens up and it's like, this lady's like, you know, I think guns are completely and totally obsolete. You know, we don't need the Second Amendment. And he's like, listen, you know, I just want to protect myself. And she's like, yeah, from what, motherfucker? And he's like, you fucking Googled me, didn't you? And she's like, fuck yeah, I Googled you, you fucking weirdo.
Yeah, and it's great because it's one of those things where all I wanted Andy to say was, I am the living embodiment of the Second Amendment.
I am the... You made that before you had the reveal later on of the Andy bunker.
Yeah, where he says, oh, I have a couple of guns. And to be fair, there is an after credit scene in Curse, like way later, that has like Andy with a fucking shotgun.
Yeah, there's also an after credit scene in Cult as well that I don't think I remembered to tell you to watch, where some lady breaks into Andy's bunker and she's like, fuck yeah, it's showtime.
Yeah, that's great. But the way it ends with Curse is Chucky actually sends himself to Andy to try to kill him, because Nika actually made fun of him for that. It's like, oh, you could never kill Andy Barkley.
Yeah, you have completion anxiety, bitch.
Yeah, and so he's like, oh, I'm finally going to do it. I'm finally going to kill Andy. Andy just puts a shotgun to his head and blows his head off.
Yeah, he slowly cuts his way out, and when he turns around, there's a shotgun already fucking trained on him.
Yeah, and this actually follows that up, where Andy's on this date. The chick's like kind of thinking he's a lunatic, gun nut, and all this. And at first you think, well, you know, maybe he just has a gun in his house because Chucky's after him. He wants to protect himself. Yeah. Then he goes to his cabin in the woods, and you find, no, this motherfucker has a Punisher arsenal.
He has fucking light machine guns in there.
He has AK-47s, pistols, shotguns. He has fucking bladed knuckle dusters.
Yeah, he's got fucking like ninja warrior weapons in there.
Like Andy is a fucking survivalist at this point. And my favorite part is you find out he has this fucking Chucky head.
Yeah, and which is the original Chucky, because it's the one with the scars.
The actual original Chucky. He actually has the head, which he tortures every day.
Like, I like to imagine like Andy has a bad day, so he gets home, takes Chucky out, and Chucky's like, fuck, here we go again.
Yeah, that's basically what happens. But yeah, so it's about Nika in the mental hospital, but you do get flashes to Andy and what he's doing, because he's actually trying to like...
Because Andy is aware that, you know...
Nika exists.
That Nika exists and everything, and like at first he's like, oh, you know, well, I got Chucky right here with me, you know, there's nothing's going on. I think at one point he tries to bring the head of Chucky to the mental asylum. I'm not sure whether it's to clear Nika's name, because he didn't seem to know about Nika at that point.
No, he did, because he straight up name dropped her.
Did he? Okay. I thought maybe like... Well, no, never mind, because he spoke with his mom on the phone beforehand. He's like, I'm going to go visit you here. You know,
his mom got out of the mental hospital.
Yeah, so he brings the head of Chucky to this dude.
Yeah, to the guy that runs the mental hospital who's taking care of Nika.
And he's like, look, this is Chucky. Like, this motherfucker is real. And he's shooting Chucky right there in front of him.
With a fucking nail gun.
With a nail gun. He's like, fucking, ow, ow, ow. And the guy's like, man, you should really go into, like, movies and shit. And it's like, for the love of
Christ,
all that is holy.
And to be fair, I think Chucky was fucking with him in that he would say the same thing over and over again as though it was a looping like voice track where it's like, ow, ow. So I do think that was Chucky fucking with him.
It might be, but at the same time, take like a little glop of like the fucking brain that he has, send it off for like
The
DNA
exposed
analysis.
brain matter.
Yeah, send it off for some DNA analysis and get it back and be like, huh,
That thing is alive.
this is a person. This is fucking Charles Lee Ray.
Yeah. And as stated, Andy's not really in it too much. He does have... He fucking seals the show when he's there.
Anytime, this is the same actor that played Andy
Alex Vincent.
as a kid.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if Alex Vincent played him in the third movie or not.
I don't think so, because that was 1991.
Yeah, I'm just not certain on it.
Child's Play 3 was 1991. Child's Play 1 came out in 88, so...
Yeah, so, but they tried to get they got the same actor to play him, and it such a good improvement that he almost steals the show.
Yeah, and it's great because it's following Nika and her little group of fucked up individuals. And,
insane renegades.
Yeah, and everyone has their own problems, like their own mental issues, like...
one's a schizophrenic, one's a pyromaniac, one thinks she's fucking dead.
Yeah. Another one, multiple personality disorder.
Yeah.
Yeah, like everyone has some severe issues. And like I said, that's why I like those scenes where it's building the tension up. They're trying to tell them, Chucky's here, he's killing us. Like, because Asian chick, she's the pyromaniac.
Yeah.
She was so staunchly like, Chucky's not real, you're just a fucked up murderer. Super judgmental towards Nika.
Super judgmental towards fucking everybody, really.
Yeah, like just so standoffish, such a dick. And then once she finds out, oh crap, this is real.
Yeah.
She tries so hard to convince Dr. Dude.
Like, the problem is she just fucking... It's like a switch that gets flipped and she goes hysterical.
Yeah.
Because Chucky bites her. And she's trying to throw it away.
Because she's trying to fuck with Nika.
Yeah, I think she's trying to be like, fuck you, the Chucky doll's not real. I lost my best friend because you're a fucking sociopath.
Yeah.
Or psychopath.
Because she thinks she killed her.
Yeah, so I'm gonna throw your fucking doll away and that's gonna be the end of it. And Chucky fucking bites her.
Yeah.
At which point, they're like, oh, what did you do to yourself, you fucking crazy bitch? And I'm like, she's in there for being a pyrophobia, or not for pyrophobia, she's in there for being a pyro, it's fucking weird.
Yeah, well, I was kind of thinking, it's possible, anger issues, something like that.
Possibly, but at the same time, look at the teeth and be like, oh, hey.
That's a significantly smaller mouth.
Significantly smaller mouth, and the teeth don't look anything like her, so what the fuck?
Yeah. But, whatever. Hand wave it away, doesn't matter.
She doesn't get to live long enough for them to look at the scars.
Yeah. And I do like the whole idea of Chucky going around manipulating these mental patients, because he ends up, getting super fucking dark with the one lady who treats him as her baby.
Yeah.
That legitimately got really disturbing.
Yeah, that one got you. That was the one where you outright went yeah, that's really fucked up.
Yeah. And it's significantly darker, as stated. This is not goofy, funny Seed of Chucky, motherfucker. This is, I'll pretend to be your dead baby and get you to help me kill all these people, motherfucker.
Yeah,
Jesus.
I did like how every kill in here tried to be ironic, in a sense.
Yeah, a little bit.
Like every single one. The woman who says Chucky is her child. She smothered her baby, her actual baby, and that's why she's in the mental hospital.
Yeah.
So what Chucky does is he smothers her by shoving his whole ass arm down her fucking throat.
Yeah, and chokes her to death. The woman who thinks, she's dead, he basically fakes her suicide.
Yeah, he fakes her suicide. The guy who has multiple personality disorder, he
lobotomized him.
He fucking lobotomized. Yeah, he's like Chucky's in my head. I can still feel him in my head. At which point Chucky drills through his head.
Yeah. And just some really fucked up sweet kills like that. And,
and the actual the gore behind the kills.
Oh, it looks great.
Is absolutely amazing. My favorite kills are the doctor and one of the Chucky dolls.
Oh yeah, because that's actually a gimmick in this movie where Chucky has figured out a way to split his soul into several different dolls and possess multiple people.
Yeah, which I forget what the website is. Is it
VoodooForDummies.com.
Yeah, VoodooForDummies.com. He was just browsing it and he's like, yeah, I found this cool fucking spell, guys. And it's like, oh no.
Yeah, and it's actually really interesting because it explores the fucked upness of mental hospitals. That's more than just what he's doing. It actually explores some really dark themes of
staff taking advantage of other people.
Yeah, patient abuse. there is a really fucked up scene with Nika and the head guy.
Yeah.
Where it's actually like, oh god, I'm getting Terminator 2 flashbacks.
Yeah, which were like, those were two of my favorite scenes because it doesn't just happen once, it happens fucking twice.
Yeah. And Chucky calls it out both times where he's like, what the fuck?
He's like, what the fuck? I don't know whether to call this guy a real fucking, like, weirdo, or whether to fucking take notes.
Yeah, like, he's actually like, holy shit, I'm bad, but that guy's diabolical.
Yeah.
Like, it really calls out a lot of stuff. And this is kind of a bit more of a... Chucky's more willing to crack jokes and stuff, because when he's talking with the other dolls...
That's some of the best, like, dialogue in the movie.
I laughed so fucking hard.
I actually don't want to ruin any of the dialogue.
Yeah, all I'm gonna spoil is one joke, because it made me literally cheer. Where...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, where, one of the dolls says, like, it behooves me to be the one to go out there and kill Andy, because they find out Andy's, like, in the hospital with him. And Chucky just goes, behooves? Who the fuck do you think you are, Hannibal Lecter? And he just says to himself, can't believe they canceled that show. Yeah. And I was like, fucking right?
He was like, fucking right, I can't believe Chucky's the hero.
Yeah, because I fucking loved Hannibal, and then NBC fucking canceled it after 3 seasons, and I was super pissed.
Yeah, that's pretty fucking good.
Yeah.
But like,
Jennifer Tilly shows up again.
Jennifer Tilly shows up again, and she's Jennifer Tilly.
She's fun.
She reels back her performance from like the other ones, and she actually, like, I guess
tries to be more real.
Yeah, I don't want to call her performance in Bride of Chucky or The Seed of Chucky like unprofessional, but in this one she feels more like a 100% professional actress who's taking it serious.
Yeah. And as stated, this is a lot darker, a lot more gritty, a lot more grounded, so...
It fits.
Yeah, so you're not going to see as many fucked up jokes. Yeah. I mean...
Like, outright jokes. Like, there's a lot of stuff in here that's, like, black comedy type shit.
Yeah, and there are a lot of really cool moments, a lot of details. So this one we really liked.
Yeah.
I would definitely say it's the strongest out of all of them just because of the way that it sets a lot of stuff up, because it doesn't have the issues that Curse had, where Curse had that massive hole to begin with.
Yeah.
This one's just taking it in stride. Honestly, I say if Colt just opened on it, with her talking, and then just never really explained what happened, and just brought up Chucky as its own doll, I think that could have been great.
Yeah.
Like, you'll definitely have some issues with, well, who the hell is this chick?
Yeah.
But you wouldn't have that issue of just, why do people believe she's a killer in the first place?
Yeah.
There's very clear evidence that proves she's not.
Yeah.
And, obviously, original trilogy, they're 80s movies, technically, because 2 and 3 are 90s.
Yeah.
But, 2 is fun, 1 is classic, 3 is just kind of like, meh.
Yeah, 3 kind of, like, starts to wear you out.
Yeah, it starts to wear you out. Bride is fun, but it's 90s as fuck.
Yeah, it's kind of like a reinvention of the series, because that's when it starts to go more toward being just a comedy.
Yeah, and then Seed of Chucky is... what the fuck?
Yeah, and then not Cult of Chucky, but Curse of Chucky. That's whenever they go, because the original trilogy is more like a slasher flick than like an outright horror film.
Yeah.
And it feels like Curse of Chucky starts bringing it back around, where it's like, we want to be actual horror.
Yeah, where they're actually playing with some fucked up ideas and really expand on Brad Dourif as a serial killer, because you actually see more of Brad Dourif as a human in Curse.
Yeah.
And the scenes he's in, I was actually thinking, Jesus Christ, you're actually pretty threatening.
Yeah, he makes a weirdly convincing serial killer.
Yeah, it's like, holy shit, dude.
Yeah.
So, that's basically our thoughts.
Yep, that's the thoughts on the fucking 7 movies. And there are also fucking DVD extras.
Yeah, there's DVD extras, like...
We were going to save those for today because we thought they were going to be full short films.
Then you find out they're 3 minutes long.
3 minutes long each, and they're kind of fucking trash.
They're fucking weak.
Yeah.
One of them is just, I guess it's like an edit someone did where it's like Chucky and all these different horror movie trailers and scenes, and it's like...
It was the Curse of Chucky. It was like the Curse of Chucky one where it's Chucky in a bunch of different horror movies, and the other one is a Seed of Chucky extra where it's like, oh, here's like a family vacation where Chucky killed a bunch of people, and fucking Glenn is losing his fucking shit again.
Yeah, and it's just kind of like...
It's like, It didn't have the same fun that the movie had that made us go like, what the actual fuck?
Yeah. Alright, so we've spent over 90 minutes talking about Child's Play, which
my god, just like the fucking movies.
It's fitting. It's weirdly fitting. So, yeah. Hope you guys grabbed a drink and sat down for this shit.
Oh my god, I'm so happy to be done with this shit.
Oh god. So yeah, that'll about do it.
Love you guys.
We did this for you.
We did this for you.